We are right.
We are here.
We are here.
Okay, good. There you go. You'll see the.
Right. We've got a little bit of time still, a few minutes. Just a few minutes left. Okay.
There we go. Look,
Yeah, that's better.
made it huge.
Be sure to grab my phone and share and stuff like that. For a second, I thought the camera froze, but it was just me in one position. Just blinking. Why open the? No, it's not. Okay, fine. It's kind of cold. See, now I can't do this thing.
Just do it the other way.
I can't. I'm right-footed. Okay, those of you who are joining us, that name cracks me up every time.
Hello.
Cool Bean. Is that beans or? Oh, look, she even got beans on the.
Yeah, it's cool beans. Well, it's one of those words like moose and mises and mooses.
Moose. Oh, you guys heard of that, right?
Yes, I
Okay,
have.
so mouse, mice, goose, geese. So house, mice, or mouse, mice, house, heis. Okay, goose, geese, moose, meese. Right?
Flock of moose in the woods.
Flock of moose.
Woods.
Wow! Thank you for joining us today on Kingdom Soldier. My name is Andre.
Hi, Victoria.
And if you haven't yet, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So today we're actually going to continue our discussion on friendships. We actually have to keep it under an hour today. We're going to continue our discussion, but this time, what we're going to do is we're going to look at scriptures. So it's going to be a little bit of a rehash of yesterday or of last time. But this time we're actually going to look at scriptures and examine the scriptures.
Because I bulldozed last time, so we didn't get to them at all.
Not really. Yeah, I wouldn't say you bulldozed.
A little kind of.
A little kind of. Okay. Just let me know when, or you share it and all that good stuff. Okay. Let us know what stood out to you in the comments. Let us know what stood out to you from the last conversation we had last week. Is there something that really stood out to you? If so, let us know.
I brought my cup for comedic relief, but I actually use this.
She actually does drink that much. This is true.
At home, it's probably 2 of these, so. And it says mom fuel.
But to be fair, I probably drink 5 of those if I count the whole day. So, yeah. Okay.
If you're tuning in later, just skip through this long intro part. We're just waiting for people to get on and then we're going to start. But
Well,
yeah, why don't you go ahead? Please
yeah.
like, share, subscribe, send to people, maybe people you want to hint at that you would like to be friends.
Or not friends.
Or hashtag, this is why we're not friends.
Maybe don't do that. Are you serious?
I'm a certified Christian life coach. They should listen to me.
Yeah, so are you saying that?
No.
Okay,
No.
all right.
Joke.
It's important to point that out. It's a joke, man. And all those of you listening, if you're joking, another person doesn't seem to be understanding, just make sure you tell them, hey, I'm joking. Or hold up a sarcasm sign. Okay.
Like it says sign on there.
Sign. Okay. So the first scripture that we're going to look at regarding friendships, adult friendships as in friendship between adults. Just make that clear. Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time. So I'm going to ask you, Victoria, what immediately pops out? And you guys that are watching, make sure you put in the comments. When I read these scriptures, before we actually dive in, I'm going to ask you guys what immediately stands out to you. I'll read it again. Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time.
Well, to me, the second part is weird, obviously. What version is that?
I'm not sure. You look at your own version. It's
I didn't bring it today.
okay.
The Victoria version I didn't bring. Yeah, the second part definitely stands out because what does the second part mean? A brother is born for difficult time. We have a comment that doesn't just happen overnight. I'm not sure. Tell us what you're talking about, Beans.
Beans.
But anyhow, yeah. So I'm guessing maybe the second part means like, a brother is born to be there for the difficult parts. Friendships like that require work during easy times. So she's just commenting about what you asked. What stood out from last time, or what do you remember? But yeah, go ahead. That's just my thoughts. Is that the second part is interesting to me, and I wonder what it means.
Okay. Well, this is how I would summarize this verse. There is a genuine friend, and there is a friendly acquaintance. So, to me, this is really talking about one type of friend, even though it says a friend loves their times and a brother is born for different time, but it's talking about one type of friend.
I got it. He's not actually talking about your sibling. Obviously, words are not my forte.
Maybe like Diana has Kurtako, so you should be what's that? How would it be? Lampochka, you know? Ding. That's pretty close actually to my pet name for you. So Lampochka, Lapka.
Oh,
I might
damn.
start calling you that.
Oh, no. What I said about is what I said is about the verse.
Yeah, get it right.
See, she's better because I'm very literal. So to me, if it says brother, I'm thinking literal sibling. So I was like,
yeah, this is Proverbs, so everything is proverbial.
I'm very literal.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Just a little side note, in high school when we had to do poems,
I love poems.
I crashed and burned.
Well, no, I don't love poems. I like to write poems, but I don't like poems. Kind of weird. Kind of like a paradox there, but anyways. So a friend loves their poems and a brother. So to me, this is talking about a genuine friend, right? So there's a genuine friend, then there's a friendly acquaintance. So a person who is genuinely your friend will not cease to act toward your benefit when things get tough. when things are tough, and I've had those kind of quote unquote friends. Things get a little tough, and then my
They
friends,
evaporate.
my friends, yeah, they're like that gif with Simpson going into the bush. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that. A genuine friend doesn't pick and choose when to be good to you. Just like a brother doesn't get to pick and choose when he's your brother, like your biological brother, right?
Mhm.
Like your sister, Kruta Fasolia, right? She doesn't just pick like, well, today I'm going to be your biological sister. You know, it's there. You know what I mean? You don't choose that. So a genuine friend, they don't pick and choose. Today I want to be good to you. They are good to you regardless. Let's say your attitude towards them. Maybe you're having a bad day and you're just being a crummy friend. They will still be good to you.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah,
So
she has hit the nail right on the head that a brother like friendship is a friendship that is built over a long period of time of work. It's a comment from Beans Super Smart.
yeah,
See, she
I
gets
mean
poems.
she's a teacher. So
Yeah.
a genuine friend who is there for you, even in the difficult times, is a brother to you at heart. So I'm just reading to you my comments that I made.
So
On
can
the
you
verse.
reread the verse?
So the verse is, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time." And my comment, one of my comments to that is, a genuine friend who is there for you, even in the difficult times, is a brother to you at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that friend who's there even in the difficult times, at heart they are a brother or sister.
And the
right?
born to you part is it's not something that just happens. Like she was saying, it's not something that just happens. It's a process.
In my to think about it proverbially, I'm not sure if that's the real word, or poetically, a brother's born, meaning this relationship, close relationship, is born or is created perhaps even out of a difficult time. You know, like when you go through
But it says
really
for.
tough, right? I know. So it's a bit of a stretch there, you know. When you go through some difficult times, that creates bonding. If you make it through together, you're closer at afterwards.
See how I understand that is that person that is born, they're there for those difficult times. Like meaning it's giving us some recipe. Like when you have a true friend, so much so far as to go to call them a brother or sister, they'll they'll be very valuable, especially in the difficult times. You know, because it even says loves at all times and for the bad times. So that's what that makes me think of.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I would have totally missed completely. I would have thought it's talking about a sibling.
I figured that's what you were thinking. I could see it. I was like, she was thinking about a biological brother.
This is why I need my husband, because yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember again to go back to kind of high school. I'd read the poems and I would literally take it as it says, and then the teacher would be grading and she's like,
My breast burns within me, and you're like,
heartburn.
heartburn?
Literally, that's the immediate thought I got. And I would literally read like he's talking about his heartburn being really bad today. And she's like, what? No. Don't you and see? I'm like, no, this is what the words say. The teacher would just be like scratching her head, like, how do I
Abstract.
she's like, well, you gotta think. And we had this is a literal conversation I had with one of my teachers. She's like, no, she's like, you gotta think what he meant when he was saying that, what he was trying to, what picture he was trying to paint, like this is what he's saying, but what did he mean? I'm like, I don't know, this is what he said.
Wow.
It was so bad. So yeah, and then I get married and Andrew writes me poems.
Wow, what a waste of time.
God has a sense of humor. If you don't believe it, look at us.
All right. The next verse, Proverbs 18:24, says this: One with many friends may be harmed, but there is a friend who stays closer than a brother.
See, that's the one that I remembered and quoted.
This one's talking about a biological brother.
Yeah, that one I knew. See, the oh, I'm not even gonna use the word. The funny thing here is that Proverbs is one of my favorite books.
How?
Probably because it's an enigma.
I don't understand anything that's being talked about here.
Because I knew
So
if I read
cool.
the book from the smartest man, that I should at least gain some wisdom from it. So I reread it like 50 times.
Like,
But
I don't know what this
obviously
means, but it sounds pretty smart.
it's smart. But can you read that one?
One with many friends may be harmed, but there's a friend who stays closer than a brother. So again, is when I read these verses, put in the chat there what this means, what immediately stands out to you. Not so much like what does this mean, but like what is immediately pops out at you. So what popped out to you in this? One with many friends may be harmed, but there is a friend who stays closer than a brother.
Oh well, for me, obviously the first part because I know the second part by heart, and it stood out to me as I mentioned in the last podcast. Um, because it's interesting. I think the world kind of teaches backwards. Like you're really blessed if you have a lot of friends, but here Proverbs is telling us it's quite the opposite.
Right. So for me, the way I would summarize it is if you have a ton of friends, you don't really have friends.
Maybe if you have a ton of friends, you might not have genuine friends, or you're not genuine.
Well, I'm not. Let me rephrase that. I'm not really summarizing that verse in this statement, but this is what pops up to me, right? And then I have comments on the verse. But what comes to my mind immediately when I read this is if you have a ton of friends, you don't really have any friends, because friends don't purposefully harm each other. Anyways, well, let me give you some comments.
Mm-hmm.
High quantity does not equal high quality. So
quantity does not equal quality.
yeah. So you definitely, if you have a lot of friends, you really need to start thinking about the quality of your friends. Quality might be pretty low because high quality, just like in life, high quality usually it means high cost. High quality equals high cost. So a high quality friendship is going to demand a lot from you. Sorry, guys.
And we're on focus mode, but for some reason it's not. But now it's on focus mode. Never mind. My phone was.
Um, a high cost, yeah. So a high quality friendship, you're going to have to put in a lot of work, put in a lot of effort. It's going to cost you, both of you.
And you're gonna get stretched thin. That's impossible to do with many friends. That's what I was kind of saying. That either they are not genuine friends, or you are not being genuine.
Yeah. Another comment: having many friends, in other words, people to whom you open your heart to one degree or another, opens you to many avenues of hurt. So the more people you open your heart to, the more avenues there are, ways, chances, instances, moments where you could get hurt. So we should be friendly and loving towards everyone. But being friends with everyone, that's never, I don't think we're called to do that. I don't recall reading in New Testament law, or I would call it law technically, but instructions where, like, yeah, be everyone's friend. No.
Mm-hmm.
Love everyone, be gentle, be caring, help carry each other's burdens, but that's
Can you real
different.
quick summarize again for our readers what you mean by friendship?
Friendship, in the pure sense of the word, a friend is somebody who, to me at least, somebody who I open my heart to.
Because
In trust.
you love dictionaries. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but to me, it's about trust. All right, so friend, according to what is this? Webster,
Miriam, I think.
Webster. Okay, one attached to another by affection or esteem, one that is not hostile, friend or enemy, friend or foe. one that favors or promotes something. Okay, a favored companion. Um, and then it goes into Quakers. We don't need that. One attached to another by affection or esteem. So to me, if I like someone and whatnot, that's I can be friendly towards them. But a friend is somebody who I trust with what's in my heart. To where with somebody who I can let my guard down, you know, because I trust that they're not going to then use what they find and what they see to harm me. That's to me.
So based on what you said, I have like a random, not on topic question. Is that not being fake? Having a guard as
No.
Christians?
No, there's some information that I don't have to disclose to you.
Well, no, because for example, having your guard up doesn't necessarily mean you're disclosing or not disclosing the information. It could mean that you're not being the way you usually are. So would that be considered like hypocrisy or being fake?
It depends if I'm acting like I genuinely like the person, whereas I genuinely do not, then that would be being fake. Being cordial and kind is not fake. You're being kind. Like for instance, you come across a person that you don't know, you're just a stranger and you're kind. Are you fake? You're not fake. You're being kind. Sorry guys. You know? Um whereas if I'm a person I do know and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Great, like acting like I actually care about um showing interest. See, one of the ways that fake stands out. Why is that screen not going?
It's the laptop that went to sleep. In the back, it's not the.
Oh well, can you? Okay, so what was I saying? The end
Not being
the end
fake.
product. So if I'm acting like I'm interested in your life and asking questions and whatnot, and but then I don't show up, I'm not there, I'm not involved, then obviously my what I was saying wasn't true. I was being fake. Being cordial, being kind, you can still be honest. Like if somebody's talking, uh I can be kind and cordial, listen, but then I don't pretend like I want to be where, be there with them wherever. For instance, like, oh yeah, yeah, I'd love to hang out. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, what if I don't want to hang out? Then don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to hang out, then don't say that. Be kind, but don't be saying things that you actually don't mean.
Well, my thought was more so of, like you and I are like to goof around and be goofy and joke and stuff. And I'll just wait till when you're ready to listen.
Well, like Bean said over there, I don't think so. I think it's a level of openness. You don't have to be completely open with everyone. I don't think so. As in, it's hard to keep up because
I know. We just kind of gotta read it as you're talking. That's why I was wanting the comments in front of us so you could see it as you're talking.
the screen went out, so I'm not sure what it would
Oh.
be fake to pretend
She,
stuff.
because I asked, is it fake? And she's like, I don't think so. I think it's a level of openness, like how open you are. How no.
Oh, okay, yeah. It would be fake to pretend stuff, but being reserved with some people is not fake. Yeah, yeah. So
Well, now that you're back,
I'm back.
I was trying to talk to you, but you were distracted by the comments. Okay, what I meant, something that I personally struggle with questioning, like, is this a level of fakeness or not? Um, like I was saying, you and I we're goofy. We like to joke and laugh and have fun. And so when we meet somebody new or somebody that we're friendly with, but that we're not friends with really, we're not that way. We don't really joke as much. We're not chatty or anything.
Why should we be?
Well, it makes me wonder if it seems like some character being put on. Because that would always make me wonder, like, being as pastors, With some people we're a little more serious, with some people we're a little more open and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think so because Ecclesiastes says there's a time for everything, right? A time for this, time for that. If I don't know someone, I'm just meeting. That's not a time for me to just be joking and goofy, even though a lot of times I still am. Okay. Uh, as far as pastoring goes, if somebody's coming to me for advice, that's not a time for me to try to be buddies. You know, it's a
Yeah.
I need to think about how can I help this person. It requires seriousness, you know. So
Mhm.
no, I don't see these things as being fake. I think it's appropriate to be quieter when you meet new people. That's a social norm.
He's reading a comment. I agree. I just wanted to put that thought out there because I have heard that question before and I thought about it myself. You know, in the earlier years where we were a little more reserved with our joking and stuff because a lot of the people were very serious.
Yeah, we saw that they wouldn't take
Yeah.
they wouldn't be open to that, so I'm not going to show that.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm being fake.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was kind of the explanation I gave myself when I had that question was it's being respectful, but also not everybody needs to see the inner person, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to put that question out there. Maybe somebody had that question, you know, as they're listening, like,
Yeah.
okay, then you're not yourself with everybody.
You know, it's kind of like between you and I, you know,
Have you become open yet?
I am, for instance, like I'm friendly to you, at least I hope, right?
Just friendly? We're
No,
not
no, no,
friends.
hold on, I'm getting somewhere. I'm friendly to you, and I'm friendly to my sister in Christ that's in the church, right? Um, so there's a level of friendship. I have a level of friendship with a sister in Christ, and I have a level of friendship with you. Remember, we're talking about casual friends, you know.
Yeah, yeah. In the previous podcast.
Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about as far as men and women and friendship, really encourage you to read our listen to the previous.
So pause right now, real quick. Go back, listen to it real fast, and then come back.
Right. But with you, with the friendship with you, one of the ways that I express my love for you, you know, is intimacy. I don't have that with the other the sister in Christ. Does that mean that my friendliness towards her, that level of friendship, is fake just because there's not
No.
intimacy there? Of course, yeah. So because it's a different level, it's a different person, it's a different it's not the same situation,
Yeah.
not the same relationship.
To clarify, I'm not saying it's fake. I was just asking, not to you, just to anybody who's watching. To clarify, I'm not saying that is fake. I just wanted to pose that question out there for maybe if somebody is wondering.
It's a good question.
You know? Because there was a time where I was wondering that, you know, because we are supposed to be the same everywhere. You know, like our characters shouldn't change. What I do believe would be a fake friendship is pretending to be somebody goofy or outgoing to match the crowd.
But you're not.
Yeah, I'm just giving an example.
Or
Yeah.
I'm agreeing, like, but you're actually not. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I thought you were telling me
No,
that I'm
no,
like,
no,
okay.
no.
Yeah. So pretending to be into something or pretending to laugh at jokes that you think are just foolish and absurd, but just to
So
fit
in your mind, you're like, this is so dumb, but you're acting like, this is
great.
so great.
Yeah.
You know, I love this.
That's fake. That no. We're talking about level of openness, not level of conforming or matching the crowd.
So in that case, to be kind, let's say somebody cracks a joke, which I think is dumb. I'm not. You know, the kind thing would be to just hold your tongue. You know, maybe smile. You don't have to laugh at it. But if I'm laughing at it, like, "Oh, dude, that's so good," then that's being fake.
Yeah, just be genuine. You don't have to.
And kind. You
Yeah.
can be genuine and very harsh. Like, that's an
Well,
idiotic joke.
Yeah. Well, here's an
That's not
example.
kind. You're genuine.
Yeah.
That's not kind.
Well, here's an example. Somebody makes a joke that you think is foolish and even a little over the line of inappropriate. And an example of being friends is, hey, I really think you shouldn't joke that way. That's not appropriate. That doesn't match you. That makes your character seem bad. That's being friends and being open.
Friendly.
Yeah, but being reserved and less open, you would just not laugh at it. Or you could say, hey, that's not appropriate.
Or maybe you don't know the person well enough to be giving them that kind of critique.
Yeah.
Be reserved, like you
Yeah.
said.
And you're kind, not you're an idiot, you know? But that's what I mean is
FYI.
there's the dishonesty where you laugh at it just to make friends. Don't be that person, because that's the foundation you're setting. Is that, hey, they like these kind of jokes. Don't set that foundation. That's a fake, um, easily crumbling foundation. So that's why I was kind of wanting to talk about that, the fake versus real. There's reserved and there's being fake. So just check those, because what do you want to build your friendship foundation on? You know?
Yeah. So another comment on this from yours truly, Proverbs 18:24. One with many friends may be harmed, but there's a friend who stays close to their brother. There is a friend, singular, right? So one with many friends, maybe on plural. But there's a friend. Not there are friends who stay closer than a brother, but there is a friend. And this goes back to what we were talking about in the previous podcast, where if you have two close friends in your life, you are very blessed. If you have three, you're highly favored, and you yourself are a great person, because and you have to be that to receive that.
We're talking about honestly, not people who you think.
If you're a crummy person, if you're a crummy person, you don't care about other people's feelings. You're selfish. You're not going to have close friends.
You'll have.
I don't want to.
You'll have friends, but on their
close
side, you're
friends,
not.
babe. You're not going to have close friends.
Honey,
I said close friends.
I know crummy people who think they have multiple close friends, but those friends.
I don't care what. I'm not talking about what they think. I'm talking about in reality.
Well, I'm telling these people that are watching that if you're a crummy person, you might have to check those friendships that you have, because if none of them are telling you that you're a crummy person, they're not really your friends. You're just in.
And they're not going to tell you, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
So that I just want to point that out, because there are people that I know that think that they have multiple really close friends, and
Yeah. So there is a friend. So a genuine friend to me is like the rarest of stones. But it's not something you just receive and enjoy. It's a two-way street.
What's the rarest stone?
I don't know. That's why I didn't mention any specific stone. I didn't want to take the time to research which stone is the rarest. That's not the point. It's a genuine friend, like it says here, but there's a friend who stays closer than a brother. I think that was mentioned before. I think Beans mentioned it. That it's something that has to be worked on over time. It's you have to be that in order to receive that.
Yeah. I was thinking as you were talking, there has to be such a level of love developed in an actual friendship, because like I think about it, like clearly we're married, but we're also friends. We do share interests, and we have a great time together and stuff. And one thing that I always think about is that, and I tell people, is that Andre will tell me how it is. I'll ask him, honey, was I being
Or
prideful?
so she thinks Andre will.
I'll ask him. He'll do it really kindly, and sometimes I have to ask him.
I'd be like, that was dumb.
I was just waiting. I knew he had a comment coming. But anyways, because we're friends.
You know me too well.
Anyhow, my point was, I'll come and ask him, like, honey, I feel like that was pride. Was I being prideful in that area, in that moment? He'll be like, yeah, you were. I think you need to work on that. And it sucks and it hurts. But I think the reason I can come back to him and keep loving him, and we can keep going, and I ask him advice again, even sometimes when I really don't like it and don't agree, is because there's a level of love there. And so I'm thinking, those friends that I have that do tell me things forward that sucks to hear, the reason I'm able to accept them is because there's trust and love. I trust that they love me and have my best interest in mind. And I love them enough to, even though it hurt me and maybe I don't agree with that criticism they gave me, but I continue being friends with them. you know? And that stuff is worked out. It doesn't just fall into your lap. You don't just all of a sudden get this person that you love and trust. Those things are built, just like in marriage. When you first get married and your husband tells you, um, man, you're just a sneaky person. I wouldn't accept that. I'd be like, what do you know? But after they've seen you for 10, 15, 20 years openly and walked by you and know your character, if they say that, it means something. And you trust and love them enough to consider it, to accept it, to listen to it. So, anyways,
Next time I tell you, yeah, that was a little proud. You may go, yeah, takes one to know one.
yeah. That's why I know I can believe him about the pride thing.
Wow. Okay. So
that street goes both ways, though.
So Proverbs 19, 6 through 7. Proverbs 19, 6 through 7 says, many seek a ruler's favor, and everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts. All the brothers of a poor person hate him. How much more do his friends keep their distance from him? Crummy friends. He may pursue them with words, but they are not there. Well, ain't that the story?
When did you start using the word crummy? This is new to you.
I don't know, today.
And I started using it.
So, to me, again,
peer pressure.
What really pops out to you in this verse?
I got distracted with crummy. I had a
Many seek a ruler's favor, and everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts.
Oh,
all the brothers of a poor person hate him. How much more do his friends keep their distance from him? He may pursue them with words, but they are not there.
This is a joke, but the first thing that stood out to me the first time, and then I got distracted by crummy. Just don't be a gift-giving person. Nobody's gonna hate
Just don't
you.
give gifts.
Nobody will hate you. Wait. Nobody will love you. Fakely.
You'll have no friends. Everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts.
That's what I meant. My thought process.
You want to have zero friends? Don't even give anything.
You don't want to have fake friends? Don't give gifts to anybody. Weed them out for the first 10, 15 years. Give 0 gifts. Then you'll know. This is golden advice.
Gold. Just gold. Write this down. So what stood out to Beans is that's Kruta Kosoya, that these are not brother kind of friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And to you what stood out is if you want to have 0 friends, or if you don't want to have fake friends, just don't give anything out.
I said weed them out by the first 10 years, not giving any gifts.
Wow. Okay, well, to me what stood out is seasonal friends are not genuine friends.
Yeah.
Seasonal friends are not genuine friends. So wealth it cannot buy friends. It can buy.
You could buy a dog.
It can buy. Wow.
A dog is a man's best friend.
But you still have to be friendly to the dog.
Wait, what's a woman's best friend?
I don't know. Turtle.
Goldfish.
I don't know.
That was on the tip of your tongue with her.
Goldfish. I don't know. Badger maybe.
Money.
Wow. Gucci bag. That's a woman's best friend.
What's a Gucci bag?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. A woman's best friend is a rich husband.
Somebody else's rich husband?
Not really. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, seasonal friends are not genuine friends. So to me, wealth cannot buy friends. It can buy partnerships. It can buy advantageous acquaintances.
It doesn't buy genuine friends. It buys
It
fake
doesn't
friends.
buy genuine friends. If your friends need encouragement to be your friends in times of lack or drama, I would recommend you stop pursuing them. Diamonds are a woman's best friend. Well, the rarest of stones. I don't know why I just went to rolling.
See, that's why it's interesting because that's her answer. I don't care about diamonds.
You don't?
This one that I made Andre buy for me was like $5.
Don't say that on live.
because we have that kind of friendly
Hey,
relationship.
I worked for that.
That was great. That I'm like, we're gonna put the nice expensive ring away because I'm scared to wear it, so it will be hidden for forever.
Kind of pointless.
But
You
then
need to start wearing that thing, by the
but
way.
then I told him, just these are the rings I want online, and just buy them, and they're like $5-10 each, and I don't worry about them. And I just wear them if I feel like it. So it's perfect.
Can you start wearing that other one at least to occasions or
We
something?
have a comment. That's what they say. LOL. That diamonds aren't a woman's best friend. Anyways, go ahead.
Some of y'all need to tell this woman to start wearing that ring I got her, because
Can you read that one more time? The big one, the big verse.
many seek a ruler's favor, and everyone is a friend of one who gives gifts. All the brothers of a poor person hate him. How much more do his friends keep their distance from him? He may pursue them with words, but they are not there.
All the brothers of a poor person hate him. So yeah, don't be poor. Nobody will hate you, not even your family.
So it's so simple with you. Yeah.
I told you I'm very literal.
Wow. Okay, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Diamonds are a woman's best friend.
Who's they?
Yeah. Who is this
Like,
person?
but on a serious note, again, something to think about. If you're poor and then get into money, just look back on who was with you before.
In your times of
Yeah.
your lowest
But
times.
even if you're poor, but let's say you are just really fun to hang around, or you put on the best tea parties, or you're super, super welcoming, still consider and look around, are people just friends with you because of what you bring? Or because you're always willing to stay behind and take care of all the work, or you do the jobs they don't want to do? Just look around your life. And we don't mean like cut these people out or be unkind to them. Just look at your circle of friends and see who's worth putting your work into, who's worth trying to trust or to love more. I don't know if that makes sense, you know? And then just decide, like, who do I want to put time and effort into? Because like we said on the last podcast, we believe everyone needs at least one true friend. Remember, like I was saying, that Andre told me there's this little love tank that we have. The love tank is 3 parts: God, spouse and kids, friends. And all those need to be filled. I mean, obviously they're not equal sections, but you need all 3. We're just, as people, we just need all 3. Anyways, go ahead.
All right. Well, or keep it to yourself that you have money. Be generous where you need to be. Yeah, I've always wondered that. That's you know, and I've heard people say that if you, however, how this screen went dark. Can you adjust that up? Sure. However, you come into money, whether it's by
Did
work.
you see how I just
See, it's different as far as like how you get that money. If you build it up gradually, right? If you build it up gradually, then you can kind of gauge who was there with you along the journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Who gave you advice? Who helped you in one way or another? So it's easier to gauge your friends or who is your friend if you develop into having that money work and whatnot. Whereas if you just like win the lottery,
Oh yeah.
then that's a different thing. But anyways, that's a different conversation. Last verse that I want to bring up is Proverbs 27:6. The wounds of a friend are trustworthy, but the kisses of an enemy are excessive. The wounds of a friend are trustworthy, but the kisses of an enemy are excessive. So here, it's like switched around. It's not the wounds of an enemy are excessive, the kisses of an enemy. The wounds of a friend. So a true friend who has wounded you. So this we have to be careful here because well, what stands out to you before I get into my little spiel here?
I was just thinking about some of the friendships in my life, and I don't know. There were, as you know, some friends that I lost because I was being honest with them, for in my opinion, for their benefit, and then And it ended up that I wounded as an enemy afterwards. You know? Sorry,
I mean, it was perceived that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. A genuine friend, to me, if you love someone, you're honest, even if it hurts them. If you don't love someone, you aren't fully honest. A true friend will stake the relationship for the other person's good. Yeah, will stake the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll risk losing that friendship, but you love them too much to just not say anything.
Yeah.
You know?
And we had those. There were some friendships where we were honest and it was stronger. It grew. And, you know, those friends could trust us that we had their best interest in mind. And then, yeah, some friendships ended because, uh, you know, we were being honest. But the other part of it is the enemy. How does it say?
The kisses of an enemy are excessive.
Yeah.
Flattery.
Yeah, and you can think of
all
that
that
like,
kind of stuff.
oh, you're doing so, you're crashing and burning, but they're telling you you're doing amazing. Or you're just about to die from your sin, and they're like, you're such a good Christian. Don't even worry about it. God is all about grace. You know, it's okay that you stole that person's husband and broke that family or whatever. You know, I'm just thinking of random examples off the top of my head. But there are going to be a lot of people that are going to flatter you. Like the kisses of an enemy are plenty. Excessive.
Yeah.
You know?
If somebody's really nice to you, you should probably question why are they nice. And that sounds really what's that term, like pessimistic, you know, but the reality of our human condition is that humanity is extremely selfish. And if somebody's being very nice to you a lot, right?
Or they never have any
You have to
criticism.
question why is this happening?
Yeah, and we're talking again about friends, not everybody in your life.
Well, what I was referring to is in life in general. Like if somebody is being really nice to you, if it's a stranger, they probably want something from you, probably something that you have, or they're trying to use you in some sort of way. Um, if it's an acquaintance, somebody you know, and they're being super nice to you, it might be something else, you know. But my point is, I will always question, why are you being excessively?
So you question when I'm being excessively nice to you?
Yeah, like what do you want?
Wouldn't have I ever wanted anything after being excessively nice.
What do you mean? You married me for my money.
No, but why I'm clarifying because, you know, in First Corinthians, love trusts all, or love believes all things, or trust.
Yeah, that to me that means gives the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and
Doesn't
so
mean you trust everyone.
I don't want us to be. You're being nice.
Excessively, babe.
Yeah, yeah, I know you said
The
it.
kisses of an enemy are excessive.
Yes.
Right.
Why I'm bringing you back to the friendship area, it's because if you do have those friends that are always just super nice, encouraging, uplifting, which is great, but they never have any advice, correction, criticism, or anything, do you question that?
It means they don't really care about you as much as
Or
they put
you know,
out,
like
as much as they're like putting out, or showing.
yeah,
They're like just all compliments, all encouragement. Well, where's the correction?
yeah. I just want to bring a little bit of a different side. Maybe not necessarily doesn't mean they don't care about you. Maybe they're like me, which I don't like confrontation, so I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, maybe they have a personal problem with that.
Yeah, because I have a personal problem with that.
And maybe you as a friend should approach them with, not you, but in general, maybe you as a friend should approach them and be like, hey, notice you never give me any kind of correction. Is it, I just want to have a conversation about that. Why is that? Do you not see anything in me that would need correction? Because I value, if it's a friend,
Yeah.
a genuine friend, I value correction. I have friends in my life that I value their correction. Brotherly friends. you know and not a lot. I'm talking about close friends, which there's only just a few in my life. But I value their correction. this is my bestest of best friends, so I don't even count her in that, right?
And he gets my correction whether he values
whether
it
I
or
want it
not.
or not, whether I value it or not. Yeah, I'm getting it. So, but this was my comment, and it basically matches what Beans over here. A genuine friend will risk their friendship with you if it means helping you.
Yeah.
That's what stood out to me. If you consider yourself a friend, a genuine friend to someone, you will help them even if that makes you the bad guy.
And we all know it doesn't feel good. That the couple of times where I felt open enough or where I cared enough about somebody to bring some kind of correction and be like, hey, by the way, most like 90% of the time it fired back.
Backfired.
Yes. It backfired and it didn't feel good. It sucked. The friendships ended. Um, you came out to just be a horrible, as you were saying, crummy person. And it doesn't feel good. But then it's a question of integrity. Like you as your own person and as a friend, do you have integrity enough to be like, I can't stand by and watch their soul die, or I can't stand by and watch them go into this crash and burn situation. Either you can watch and be like, oh well, they made their decision, or you're going to be a person of integrity and risk hurting yourself, hurting the relationship, and being a true biblical friend as we see outlined in the Bible. Because if you just show flattery and pretend everything's fine, you're being an enemy per the Bible. You're not being a friend. Obviously, we pick and choose our battles. We don't need to be going in. I don't like how you do this, and I've done that. I don't like this that you're doing. You speak weird here. You sound weird. You smell weird. All these things that people can never please you. You're not a friend because there's some grace and love that needs to be shown.
Yeah. If you consider yourself to be a genuine friend, or if you consider yourself to be in a genuine friendship, you will allow them to speak truth and reality into your life. So it goes the other way around, and like Beans is saying, sometimes the person gets upset at first and then comes around and realizes they were wrong. A good reminder for us to be open to correction from those we love. Yeah. Beans, you and I were talking the same language.
I'm just
It's
here
like
for
teachers
nothing.
teachers have a connection. But
Where my prophets at? Okay,
I
they're
don't
all
know.
they're all in the Bible where they belong.
Oh, oh wow. Oh,
Just go back, erase that.
if you consider,
Do you have any correction for me? Where my
yeah,
true friends at? Post a correction.
if you consider yourself to be a genuine friend to someone, you will allow them to sincerely speak the truth and reality. Meaning, you're not going to lash out at them or cut them off because they spoke uh, what they see as truth and reality.
Well, you gotta.
It doesn't mean that they're always right,
Yeah.
but you have to show that grace if they're wrong. And you have to always keep that in your mind, that the reality that you could be the one in the wrong. You need to be able to let your genuine friend or friends, if you're highly blessed and favored, or maybe you're just deceiving yourself, speak into your life. Truth. People who have only compliments for you or nice things to say about you are fake. That's my.
But what if you're just a really great person? You wouldn't know that, but that comes back. That was it. The joke that I made about Andre. But I think it goes back to where maybe you are not being genuine. Maybe you're not being genuine. So yeah, people just have great things to say about you, but you're not a person of integrity. You're lying, you're being a hypocrite, you're covering your true opinions, you're not willing to share anything. And you know what? In the beginning, um, when we first started serving here at the church, I was very closed off to people. That's what I'm saying. I had that question. is it being a hypocrite? Because I remember being very closed off to people and I just wouldn't share my opinions. I'd hear them out, listen, and that was the end of my story. And then when I came to a place where I started being open with them and would share opinions and thoughts, they're like, where did this come from? Who is this person? I'm like, I've always been this way. I just was not open enough with you to share that side of me, you know? But that was the problem, is because I wasn't open enough, people didn't really know who they were being friends with, you know?
Yeah.
But as I got more comfortable with people and I could be more open, you know, meaning I felt like I could actually trust them, you know, then they got to see my full character, I guess I would say, not my real character. Because I've always believed that way. Like, if you're saying something that I don't agree with, even if I don't have my opinions, I'm not gonna, or even if I don't share my opinions, I'm not gonna support you just to be friendly. No, you know. So integrity, genuineness. Um, you're not perfect. Be open to people, you know, telling you. And we're not talking about all those naysayers that constantly bash you or have something bad to say about you. That those are your real friends. No.
Yeah, there's gonna be critics who don't like you, and all they want to do is find fault in you. There's gonna be those people.
Yeah, and here the comment: we're true Christians, we will have enemies. Oh, if we're true Christians, we will have enemies, and that's true. The Bible tells us about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the Bible does also tell us, if you can be at peace with everybody, if you can do everything from your side to be at peace with everybody. But over there, it even shows us that that's going to be some work, you know. And then I had someone tell me, I don't know if this is like a saying or what, but a long time ago when I was younger, somebody told me, if everyone is at peace with you, something's wrong. And you know, we're supposed to work towards peace, but if you're not saying anything ever, you're never ruffling any feathers, you don't stand for everything, yeah, you're gonna always have peace with everybody. You know, and that doesn't mean go find somebody to not have peace with because something's wrong. No. It just means that if you're gonna be honest about your beliefs, being a true friend, there are gonna be people that are gonna disagree with you. But it's okay because we already see that in the Bible. You know, but the whole point is to be kind. Always, always, always be kind, not purposefully going and ruining your peace with people, you know? Anyways. That's true, it's easier to be friends on the surface. Yeah, again, we're talking about true friendship, not just casual friends that you see once in a blue moon and never talk to. You don't know anything about each other. And, you know,
Yeah, and I think that's a great place for us to finish off. That was a lot of scripture that I wanted to bring up. If this podcast has blessed you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can go to ksarmory.com and check us out. Being at peace with everyone is probably a never-ending journey. Like perfection is the goal, and that will forever be on the horizon to meet Christ.
you always read the comments.
Yeah. Check us out at ksarmory.com. Thank you for everyone that has um, participated in the conversation, especially you, Kurtak Wasola, Cool Beans.
What's soda?
Wasola. Yeah. I always appreciate uh, your comments, and I don't care what Victoria says about you. So, um, yeah, so we will join you next time. Anything you wanted to say?
I'm trying, can you just reiterate why we really support people having friends, especially Christians, at least to have some close friends?
Well, for one, God designed us to be in fellowship with each other. When He saw the man was alone, and He said it's not good,
Mm-hmm.
so He created a companion to help me. So, um, and there's other verses, that talk about how it's good for brothers to be together. You know, and it's not just brothers. It's not like, oh, good for brothers to be together. Sisters, they can be loners. That's not the point. The point is people. God designed us for fellowship and communion with Him. And in John, in John,
You need your phone?
let me
You got a Bible?
Yeah,
Do the
see
Bible?
if I can find it real quick.
Beans is asking what I say about her now, thanks to somebody's true friendship.
There it is. Let's see here. Is it? It's in John. Oh man, let me find it real quick. Hmm.
What verse are you looking for?
Okay. First John 1 verse 7 says, "But if we walk in the light, as He is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, His Son, purifies us from all sin." So, if we walk in the light as He's in the light, if we are truly like our Lord, like Jesus, which is what we're called to do, to imitate Him. Paul says, "Imitate me like I imitate Him." Right. So the end goal is not to be like Paul. The end goal is to be like Christ. And if we are in the light, if we're walking like Christ, then we have fellowship. Why? Because that's part of our design. And so God didn't create robots. He gave us a free will. Why? To have genuine, sincere relationship. So that's why it's very important for us to have friends. It's important to have the closest of friends, right? Talking about other besides our Father in heaven, besides our Lord. But it's also important to have um, for men. It's also important to have that close friend who is like a brother, you know. And for women, a close friend who's like a sister. And it doesn't have to be someone not biologically related. Your closest friend might be your brother or your actual sister, like biological, and that's totally fine. It's just so happens that um, because of family issues and whatnot, that a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, there's that. God bless you. We're gonna see you on.
When do we see you?
We're gonna see you. Last comment of the day. Oh wow, there's Beans is really active there. Friends keep us in check. They are in hard times. They are there in the hard times. They need to help sometimes, which is good for the person helping too. It's humbling to receive help from a friend. It is humbling. Sometimes you really have to humble yourself and let that friend help you. And good points. Why didn't you say this earlier, Beans? We're also called to create disciples, and I don't think you can make a disciple without being super close friends. I don't think you can make a disciple without being super close. Oh no, Beans, you better reassess that statement there. Maybe we should talk about discipleship on the next one. That'd actually be a good topic. Yeah, we might have to talk about that on the next one. Discipleship. And I would challenge that statement there, Beans. But that's going to be for the next time. God bless you. We're going to see you on the next podcast.
You're not gonna hold out for her to answer, maybe?
It's okay. I'll give her time.
You're
I'll give her
leaving
time.
her hanging.
No. Yeah, I'll leave her hanging. Hurry up. End the live. I'll leave her hanging. Catch you later.